please. Yeah. So you heard from Mr. Varun Bhatia is kind enough to accept our request and address all of you. I just met him yesterday in Delhi. I said we are doing this initiative. Can you spare some time? So he adjusted his schedule and he gave the small presentation. See, what all of you have to understand. Can you just pause this screen sharing for a while, Vishnu? Come out of the screen sharing. Let me convey my the deeper insights about the industry and all. See, all of you know that what is that company which has crossed, people can chat, muting, unmuting and all may be challenging. So what is that company whose growth trajectory has crossed the Microsoft, all these AMD, all these companies which has crossed in the last 2 years? What is that company? Can you just type the name here?
Sorry, is it NVIDIA?
Yes, it's an NVIDIA. Okay. Now today, what we have to understand, the entire country, post independence, post 1947, once we started our journey, fresh, coming out of the hands of British, and started ruling ourselves. First 20-25 years gear up in building the education system, universities and all that. Then what happened, for all our, nation, all the talent pool of it, they got occupied in doing services, IT, companies like all the IT giants of the industry, whomever were giving valuable contribution to the GDP and all. We were all busy in doing these all IT services, IT. Everybody, entire electronics people also went into doing IT, electronics, electrical, mechanical. Everybody is doing Java, SAP, .NET, all that boom. Then Y2K problem, all our people were airlifted, they were deployed at Texas, Silicon Valley. Beautifully we did. And today all our people are, going globally and they are #1 company CEOs, Satya Nadella ji, and everybody is in the top position and all. But as a country, if we see, we can't make our own Alexa machine. Alexa comes from the, that Amazon product. We don't have basically a microcontroller on which we build. The washing machines that we use, the fridge that we use, the microcontroller is not ours. We don't have the chips, which even that goes into the solar. If today people are talking about solar, the ground reality is the solar ICs actually not come from the India. They are actually getting imported. Now country is putting a lot of efforts in the chip to startup program and the silicon, India Semiconductor Mission and all. They're putting a lot of initiatives. So what I'm trying to say, 140 crore plus population, huge needs of electronics, mobile phones, smartphones, defense electronics, industrial automation, commercial electronics, all these, we are the biggest consumers. And I think Mr. Anil or maybe Dr. Vishnu, if I got slide, whatever recently that I borrowed from one of the scientists of Academic Staff College of India, I would like to show that our imports and electronics got multiplied in the last 1 decade. It's multiplied by 5x, 10x in each category. That is a fundamental reason why our dollar to rupees value skyrocketing is, we all import everything and we export our manpower and we import. But now with the government initiatives of India Semiconductor Mission, IoT Mission, lot of other initiatives and all, there is a boom for the electronics engineers. Today, electronics engineers, electronic design capable people are hot cake in this. But unfortunately at industry, what we are noticing is when you are covering a particular course, whatever from course to application, there is a small gap that is actually seen. It is this deep insights got, came out of the people like me, people like Dr. Vishnu, people like Anil, who saw the industry more than, 1 decade, at least 2 decades closely, and trying to see an average student comes out of the college, they are taking 6 months to 1 year to gear up to the industry. And what is happening? All the people are chasing around the same experienced people. Like what happens, one company gets a project. If one of the person working in my company, PCB designer for 8 lakh per annum, he will be taken out by another company saying that I'll give 10 lakh per annum. Then what I have to do? I have to look at another company where somebody is working at, some 7 lakh per annum, get him at 9 lakh per annum. If some international company MNC is beating for dollar to rupee value, they're always getting advantage because 1 year before, let us say 85 rupees dollar, now the dollar is, let us say 95 rupee. For the same dollar, they are able to give 15% higher salary in the Indian currency, right? They don't mind. They will take out the experienced people from Indian industry with even 50% hike, 100% hike also. So the ground reality is there are only 1000 to 2000 professionals in each specialized area, and these 1000 to 2000 professionals are being snatched from one company to another company and all like that, and they are also not able to contribute. On one side, their lucrative packages are forcing them to jump the company. Other side, the R&D for a company requires long standing and contributing, and this confusion is what running. So this is where we are going and talking to ESSCA. This is where we are going and talking to the ministry, Telangana government, Andhra government, NSDC, and what we are telling is, we means what? We means Unistrung as a defense R&D company, being able to understand all the defense technologies with the capability of developing hardware, software, RF, antennas, everything. And GyanNidhi as a digital partner who is using AI extensively for training. We are going and telling, sir, there is no need. Freshers, if one semester course is delivered properly, they become 100% eligible higher. What we are saying to colleges, you look at your college board of studies, your college norms. Dr. Vishnu is going to share some set of the guidelines, how AICTE, how the new national policy, education policy is giving provision. Any college with their capacity, maybe college has got some accreditations, right? Different accreditation registers, levels, some deemed university, XYZ, there are different levels are there. I'm not expert, but Dr. Vishnu, having served in a college personally as a HOD, he knows all the government rules, regulations and all. And Mr. Anil and the people expert like Varun Bhatia, they're the right people to help us. If your college is committed, sir, electronics and electrical, these students, for them to get jobs, we are committed to take little pain of adjusting our curriculum and matching to the industry requirements in accommodating a course of 2 hours theory and 2 hours practical for a week. We, Unistrung, through our corporate service responsibility funds, our complete funds and GyanNidhi, both for zero cost, we want to benefit the colleges. This webinar is to tell you that what is the background, how strong we are in understanding the needs of industry in electronic software and hardware. GyanNidhi as an edutech company with AI, how good they are in offering the services. UTS and the the ecosystem of 20 plus industry experienced people, when they deliver the content exactly matching to the industry needs, how technically it is possible to place all your electronics and electrical team if the course execution goes properly. This is what is the intent of this particular webinar. I thought I'll make all of you first to tell the reason why all of you are in this webinar. So I'll quickly take another 15-20 minutes. I'll pause and open the forum for question answers. Then further, we will actually have a detailed discussion discussing the pros and cons, each college views, university to university challenges, etc., etc. But important thing is, Dr. Vishnu, you may go ahead in sharing the screen. So, what most important for you to get to this particular benefit, as I clearly mentioned, we are not expecting, this is not a commercial model at all. GyanNidhi may have a commercial models on top of this for giving additional job consultancies, additional fees, additional benefits, additional training into other programs, like you have Coursera, you have Udemy, you have other things, they have. But when it comes to this course execution, UTS is only doing corporate social responsibility. We feel it is our responsibility to handhold the academia, handhold the fresh engineering graduates, make them eligible for hiring in Unistrung also, in Zen Technologies also, in all our Indian industry, where all electronic designers, electronic production needs are there. But what is the commitment that is required from colleges, as this course is offered digitally, and as this course demands you to stick a common timing schedule, you can see there are 2 courses being offered. The first course is completely onto hardware. It covers PCB design, it covers the hardware R&D, it covers the standards of biomedical defense. Anybody is doing an R&D, if they are manufacturing a mobile phone, how to do this design, how to get the certificate of it, what are the tests which has to undergo. So component level, PCB level, and also the electronic product level, design, integration, testing, qualification. These things are covered, and this course has got exactly on Tuesday, it is being offered 11 to 1 as a theory course. Industry experts, industry well-known people who are who deeply seen the skills and all, they actually cover the sessions, and the second half lab sessions are conducted, and this lab session required hardware. On top of the default, college has some hardware about oscilloscope and additional hardware. UTS will donate to the colleges if you are eligible for CSR. So Dr. Vishnu is going to share one list at the end. If your college is registered as some society, some CSR eligibility is there, we can donate. In addition, if your college provides internet, GyanNidhi is going to make these all hardware accessible to your students 24/7 through digital platform. So GyanNidhi has built something called as a remote labs. Through remote labs, 2 hours not adequate. The talented and the inspired student can go home and can continue working on the same hardware and build his practical skills matching the industry requirements. So GyanNidhi guidance is not only limited to the practicals of the stipulated 2 hours, it is a 24/7 supported ecosystem with the AI agents and all. If time permits, we will have a presentation on that. If not, Mr. Anil will share that complete all technologies of GyanNidhi AI agents, to you all. The left one is about the hardware. The same on the right one is offered on Thursday. It is on the embedded software, application software to build the products. We are not talking about the Java, .NET, Python software for doing services, for building web pages. We are not talking that software. We are talking about the software which is required to build electronic products. Could that be embedded products? Could that be desktop products? You require software development. You require quality assurance. You require to understand the defense standard, biomedical standards, aerospace standards and all. That is what is covered in the Thursday course. All the required, whatever I am presenting now, details will be shared. Can you go to next slide, Dr. Vishnu? Okay, so this is what is the course launch date. So we did already one webinar to reach a lot of colleges in the southern India. Now this event is exclusively intended to catch a lot of attention in the northern India. The goal of making this course digital is we have a single point target. Any individual, any college, any individual faculty, any college, any student, if they make a commitment, I have to make my career in electronics hardware, electrical segment, EV industry, biomedical, solar, defense, that commitment should be enough. We want people should not pay even a single rupee. They should become job ready and they should get jobs. That is what is the intent with which these courses are actually launched. Okay, so you will be naturally you have to do one MOU. You have to show that at least there are 30 students are there. Now, depending upon your college norms, some of the students may be taking on credit. Some of the students may be taking on a value added kind of feature where the credit as per AICTE norms or your university norms or your board of study norms don't agree. So more details we will discuss during question answers. So all the student registers under this course, they must, and beautiful thing is all of these people are going to get a digital course, something similar to what happens in Stanford, Harvard, in NPTEL and all. You attend a session here, you get a login. GyanNidhi is the one which is a digital partner going to offer to you. The session which is delivered is available for your login. The hands-on that you do, as I said already, 24/7 lab is available. You will be given industrial assignments. You will be given industrial case studies. People have to complete the assignments and join next week. It's a pure learning, will match with the kind of teaching style that any IASC or Harvard or Stanford, these universities adapt. It will match with that level of standards. But if you say, sir, whether students have to do some hard work or not, naturally they have to do hard work. There is no concept of by-hearting here. By-hearting, mugging and reproducing is not going to work. Even they by-heart the entire equations, no questions. However, we want the freedom for the university to define the question paper and lab exam to be with university only. Because you are the right people, you will have all reservations that, minimum these many number of people have to pass, etc., etc. So the examination structure, the theory exam and the lab exam will be purely in your hand. We don't want that in our control, but we can certainly suggest this can be a question paper. We will do this through confidential channel. Only one person, Dr. Vishnu, will give you this data. It is up to you whether to use it or you only create a question paper. How it works, we don't know. I think it changes from college to college, etc. And you know what, Mr. Varun Bhatia also mentioned that if your college is not having that deemed university and other, they through the government affiliation, that NSQF framework and the NSDC, they can get basically the eligibility for your college to offer this as a credit based, but that may take long and you may miss this semester. So you have to do a deep discussion with respect to your college whether it can take this benefit or not. Okay, but we want only the serious colleges to partner. It is not that you register in first day 20 people come, next day 5% come, then third day nobody joins. We don't want that. We want only the seriously committed colleges who are capable of making at least 30 students to inspire for this job ready industry course. Only those colleges with whom we want to do MOU. Can you go next slide, please? Okay, I clearly mentioned it is a first come first serve basis. We have limited funds, but we already done it successfully for around some 15 colleges, and we identify another 10. We have cushion for another 10, 15 only. So first come first serve basis, we can give the hardware. But no problem, even if you are not getting the hardware, we can manage through basically, because as I said, all this hardware is on cloud basis. It is possible to share. GyanNidhi would do something. CSR eligibility, if you don't have, that should not be the reason for you to drop out from this. Only thing, if your college doesn't agree and if you feel that no sir, I can't inspire my students even though they are job ready, even industry wants, our students are not interested, then maybe this webinar is only hi bye kind of thing, awareness kind of thing. No, neither your college will get benefited nor you get benefited. One most important thing is we want to tell all the faculty who take active participation along with industry in completing these assignments, lab exercises, and theory courses. I am sure in 6 months they become capable enough to take up industry projects. Not just industry project simulation study or something, even the practical industry projects which is requires design, development, manufacturing, POC and delivery. You get a beautiful advantage. This is a indirect advantage that comes to college and the faculty, but their participation on that Tuesday or Thursday, depending on your interest, that becomes essential. Okay, can you go next further? Okay, these are the contacts and the email IDs and phone numbers are given. But most likely we encourage you through the WhatsApp conversation in working hours. Sometimes they'll switch off and in the meetings, etc.